Hello there, how's the day been treating you? Hopefully good. My day's been alright, I suppose. Not so long ago, I picked myself up The Witcher 3 after I first seriously upgraded my graphics card. I'm now running a GTX 970. Okay, so that's doing quite nicely. I am bottlenecking a little bit, so I occasionally do get some rather massive loud disturbances from my CPU as it tries to keep up, but it does allow me to play this game and a few others that I wouldn't have been able to play before. And of course, I am one of these people who does prefer to get the actual physical discs rather than downloads whenever I can. And in this case I had the perfect reason to, because I had a birthday a while back and I got a couple of gift cards for Game. Okay, that's their logo, that's the price that they're still selling this thing for. And I decided to use them there, because I couldn't really see any way to use them anywhere else. But let's just take a quick look. Okay, pretty much nothing else. There's Geralt in all his glory. For some reason, drawing the sword from his side rather than from his back. Obviously that's artistic license, because Geralt for some reason always carries his swords on his back. Not sure why, but there you go. Massive open world adventure, and it is bloody massive. One interesting thing I've noticed is that if you do come to the edge of the map, then it allows you to fast travel absolutely anywhere you like, so long as there's an area to fast travel to, such as one of the signposts, or the ports and so on and so forth, the little harbours. Otherwise, if you're fast travelling the normal way, you have got to go to the signpost and then select another signpost. I wouldn't mind just being limited to going to the signposts or to the ports, so long as you could fast travel from absolutely any place on the map at all to that destination, because that does make some sense. Maybe a future update will correct that, who knows. But overall, the box unfortunately was damaged, as you can see from there. Fortunately, this was unfortunately rather, that was the only box they had in the shops, and as I wanted the game, I decided to go with it. Who cares? Inside, nothing else, nothing special, and there we are, a 4-disc game and a soundtrack as well. So identical covers apart from the text. You can see the various names of the music itself, the various tracks, 31 in total, all various lengths. The only problem I do have with some of the music sometimes is that when certain cutscenes are going, it's obviously just the same piece of music looped over and over again, which does get a bit dull and boring and somewhat distracting and kind of kills the mood a bit. And some of those rotate a lot faster than, say, the shortest, which seems to be about 1 minute and 27 seconds. But, beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. Is that the same on? Yes, it is. So what else have we got here? Well, we've got this. Instruction manuals, I assume. Yep, various little things that probably absolutely nobody's actually going to be looking at. Some stuff showing a fight that probably never actually happened. Yeah, bit of decent enough art, some bios, very limited bios. Don't worry about that particular code, I've already used it, I've got everything I need for this game to play it with properly. That's the customer support stuff, general instructions about playing the game itself, and then we have the map. One of the best bits, and then these particular little stickers. We'll come back to the map in a second. Yeah, the stickers look alright, and this CD Projekt Red thing, dear gamer, thank you for your support, 16 years, and completely free. Yeah, okay, well that's, that goes to show how good these guys are. This game has been released for, I think, over a year now, and even then it kept getting put back and back and back. The reason being is that they were trying to sort out last minute bugs and fixes and stuff to make sure it was as stable and played as nicely as possible on day of release, so that you didn't have some stupid day one patch like so many other people insist on doing. And if you remember the Batman Arkham Knight debacle on the PC, how crap that was, then some studios could actually learn something from CD Projekt Red. And I do know I'm not actually pronouncing the name correctly, I just don't speak Polish, so I have heard how it's correctly pronounced, I just can't remember how you pronounce it correctly. So what's all this about? Well, let's just see if I can get this into the camera to focus properly. First of all, we would like to thank you for your support. We really appreciate that you have decided to spend your hard-earned money on our game and hope that you will have a fun time playing it. Over 200 have spent the last 3 years working on The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, and it is with great pleasure and humility that we present our game to you. At CD Projekt Red, we believe that when you buy our games, you're entitled to continuous free support. Yes, lots of people could learn from this. Updates, patches and bits of new and amazing content. We owe you that for believing in us and purchasing our game. To thank you, we have prepared something really special. 16 DLCs for you to download, totally free of charge regardless of the platform or edition of the game you own. We salute you for your support and wish you a fantastic next generation of RPG gaming. And CD Projekt Red, I salute you too. Thank you very much. This game is nigh on perfect. Stickers, well, I can't really think of anything to do with them, but I'm sure I could do something with them. But the map, oh, the map. I may very well have to zoom out a bit on the camera to sort this out properly, but let's just take a look. Sadly, nothing on the back. We'll just deal with the boring bit first. But it has got a nice sort of weathered aging effect. All the problems of trying to work around a camera. And there's this little bit here which looks like a Oxenford Academy, University, whatever, stamp and some sort of little writing there. It looks like Fabio Sach. I have no idea if that's actually what it says. I'm just trying to read badly written writing, deliberately badly written writing, as best I can here, but let's just see, what else can we see? I mean, this is a thing of beauty. This is a beautiful map, showing all the different areas that you can actually get to, such as their version of the Nordic Viking island bit here. I don't think that shows all the different islands you can actually visit, and I haven't actually explored all of them. There's various little side islands that you can't, well, that I haven't gotten to yet. You can get to them, I just haven't. And there's various little areas here, various monsters, octopuses and so on, whales and so on. I've actually seen a few whales reaching the surface and, you know, seeing the tails splash right down, and it looks an incredibly impressive sight. I just don't know if you can actually do anything with them, because as I'm just in a little rowboat, I don't particularly feel like taking on a whale. And there's a few other areas, Vizima, Oxenford, Novigrad. Some of these areas look even nastier than they do in the real map, so yeah, more from the top right there. It is a beautiful map. That is quite worthwhile. In fact, that would be quite worthwhile getting framed and put on the wall. It's just that obviously it would be, you know, all these lines from where it's been folded, but that is absolutely beautiful. The game itself plays incredibly well. If you haven't actually bought it yet, I do recommend you get it, because it is worth playing. It is damn good. Keeps you guessing. The morality choices are sometimes easy enough to figure out, and sometimes not so easy to figure out. Geralt's complicated love life, complicated surrogate daughter-father relationship that he has with Ciri. I haven't completed the game. I'm nowhere near completing it, but I'm just taking my time slowly but surely going through it and enjoying it as best I can. The one problem I do have is that when you go on quests to get special tools and equipment, you know, special gear, special swords and so on, that all supposed to be absolutely ideal for this kind of work, I generally find that the equipment I've already got has better stats. Either the swords I've got can do more damage, or the armour I have can take more damage. You know, it's just a bit on the silly side. You'd expect special Witcher equipment to be better than what you actually find hidden away, but it's passable, I suppose. It's just one of those strategy elements, I suppose, that you have to put up with. But if you haven't got the game, I thoroughly recommend it to you. It is very good. It's very enjoyable. If there's only one area I would say it does suffer in, it's in the combat. If you're getting involved in a fight and you realise that you're completely outmatched and you're on foot, it's next to impossible to just get Geralt to turn tail and run in a straight direction. He will always, for whatever reason, turn to face his opponent and back away slowly. He will not just turn around and run. And while that is absolutely fine in a real fight, in a real situation like that, you wouldn't want to take your eye off your opponent. For speed purposes, it makes it impossible to actually get out of there. And if there's anything that provides an obstacle, like a fence, usually you can climb over them quite easily. You can't when you're in the fight. He won't jump over it, he won't climb over it, he just sort of backs up against it and then keeps moving backwards, you know, unable to get over it, and you end up having to circumnavigate your way backwards to safety while trying to fend off an enemy who is just too powerful for you to take on. But that's really my only letdown there. Otherwise, I would have to give the game a rating out of 10 of 11.